This is the cable decline ab crunch, a great exercise to target the abs if you're working out at a home gym or an apartment gym with limited equipment, or if your gym just doesn't have a good ab machine. For the setup, use a decline bench and set it at a slight decline. Don't decline it too much or else you won't get a lot of resistance at the bottom of the movement and it'll feel just a little bit off. Place the bench in front of a pulley at a distance where you could comfortably grab the attachment when you start, and you also have tension in the cable at the bottom of the movement. For the attachments, my preferred method is using a pair of long D handles like I'm doing right here, using a neutral grip like this. However, my favorite method is using Vulcan straps as they're a little bit easier to hold on to and a little bit more comfortable on the shoulders. You can also use a triceps rope, or better yet, there is this cable attachment, and I'll link that one down in the description, as well as a link to the Vulcan straps. Then lay onto the bench and carefully with one arm grab the attachment, bringing the hands to the top of the chest and getting tension on the cable. Again, make sure you have the bench at a distance to where you can easily grab the attachment and get tension on the cable. Then, while keeping the hands glued to the chest, perform the concentric, thinking like you are trying to bring the shoulders towards the hips and flexing the spine. Also think like you're pushing the hips down into the bench to better contract the abs and use less of the lower back. Another tip when doing this exercise, as you contract the abs, think like you are bringing your belly button to your spine, almost like you're sucking in your stomach, and you'll feel a much better contraction in the abs. Go up to where you're making a 90-degree angle between the thighs and the torso, and on that way down, always slow and controlled, 2 to 3 seconds. But one big tip is think like you're trying to push, again, those hips down into the bench. It'll help you keep the tension in the abs and less use of the lower back. And as you're slowly unfolding the spine, think like you were trying to reach the belly button down into the bench until we fully extend the back. And here's when you want to think like we're reaching these shoulders towards the pulley and pointing the chest upwards towards the ceiling, and we'll get a much better stretch in the abs and getting a tiny pause at the bottom here as well. You'll notice as I reach the bottom of the movement here, pointing the chest up, my lower back will come up off the bench, my belly button will be reaching towards the ceiling, and you'll get the full extension of the back and get the stretch in the abs. Now, if you have back issues, you can roll up a mat on the bench like this, placing it just above the hips to support the lower back, and it could also help you get even better extension of the back at the bottom and give you a bigger stretch. Now, one last tip, if you feel like you're using too much of the legs, the hip flexors, instead of pushing upwards with the shins and the feet, think like you're doing the opposite, curling the heels towards you. And once you're done, let go of the attachment and then use your arms to help you get out of the bench. Thanks for watching. Like this video if you learned something, and please subscribe so I could keep making more of the best tutorial videos just like this one. See ya.